Welcome to The Explainer. I am so excited to have you here today because we're going on a journey to totally demystify the foundations of Git and version control systems. We're going to strip away all that technical intimidation and just look clearly at how modern software actually gets built and managed.
Okay, let's dive right into this. You know exactly what I'm talking about here. Staring at a folder full of files named project_final, project_final_v2, and then the dreaded project_final_v3_final_new.zip. It is a universally hair-pulling frustration, right? The sheer reality of messy manual file naming is something literally everyone who has ever touched a computer can relate to. Let's start with Section 1, the file naming nightmare.
And this brilliantly illustrates the difference. Instead of that chaotic manual method where application_final_latest sits right next to application_final_latest_new in a total guessing game, Git introduces these clean sequential commits: commit 1, commit 2, commit 3. It basically replaces all that stressful guesswork with a really calm, organized structure.
Look, when you manage files manually, you're basically setting yourself up for the ultimate disastrous group project where everyone just keeps overwriting each other's work. You lose code changes, there's absolutely zero history of modifications. It's difficult to identify who changed what. Actually, scratch that. It's nearly impossible. So you end up hoarding multiple copies of the exact same file just out of fear. And if you make a mistake, the rollback process is incredibly difficult, if not completely impossible.
Picture this real-world scenario. Developer A spends all day, literally all day, updating the login feature. Meanwhile, developer B is working hard on the payment feature. They both save to the shared environment, and boom, their changes instantly overwrite each other. All that hard work? Poof, gone. Without version control, there's no conflict management, no approval process. As your teams grow and you tackle more features, this manual system completely breaks down and development just grinds to a halt.
So how do we fix it? That brings us to Section 2, what is version control?
So, the crucial point here is that version control is a system that helps developers track file changes, maintain different versions of code, collaborate securely, and, most importantly, restore previous states when required. I want you to take away that this isn't just about saving files, okay? This is about saving your sanity. It acts as a time machine for your project and a traffic cop for your team.
These systems come with some absolute superpowers. We're talking change tracking, secure team collaboration, a comprehensive backup history, safe code recovery, and smooth release management. They solve the exact nightmares we just agitated. Specifically, version control introduces concepts like branching, merging, and pull requests. This means your developers can work in parallel, test their ideas safely, and combine their work without ever overwriting each other again. It's a real game changer.
Let's move to and see how this builds in Section 3, the evolution of systems.
So it didn't happen overnight. We started with Generation 1, which was local version control. Then we moved up to Generation 2, centralized version control. And finally, Generation 3, distributed version control, which culminated in the creation of Git in the year 2005. This evolution wasn't an accident. It was strictly driven by the reality that software teams are becoming much larger, much more complex, and increasingly distributed across the globe.
To give you some context, local version control was fast, but it had zero team collaboration, and it was a massive single point of failure. If your hard drive crashed, your project was dead. Centralized version control systems, things like SVN and CVS, they were definitely a step up because they finally allowed team collaboration through a central repository. But they still trapped developers. You were entirely dependent on a single server, meaning you had severely limited offline capabilities. If your internet dropped, your work stopped.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how Git just completely dominates those older systems across the board. CVS and SVN are centralized, meaning they really struggle with offline work and speed. Git, on the other hand, is distributed. This means you get full, true offline work capabilities, incredibly fast speeds, and excellent branching. It's exactly why modern usage of CVS is low, SVN is medium, but Git is universally high. It literally changed the rules of the whole shebang.
Which leads perfectly into Section 4, why Git changed everything.
So Git is a distributed version control system. And here's a super punchy fact for you. It was created by Linus Torvalds in 2005. Yes, the very same engineer who created the Linux operating system. Because it's distributed, every single developer has the full, complete backup history of the project sitting right there on their local machine.
Today, it is relied upon heavily by developers, DevOps engineers, and vast open-source communities all over the world.
The reasons companies use Git today are crystal clear. Unmatched speed, high security. It allows for global distributed collaboration, meaning literally thousands of developers can contribute to an open-source project without breaking it. It offers powerful branching capabilities so you can test new features safely, and easy, reliable rollback when things inevitably go wrong. These incredible features are exactly why Git went from being just a cool new tool in 2005 to the absolute backbone of modern software development today.
Let's ground all this theory into reality, shall we? In a real-world Git workflow, Step 1 begins with a developer creating code locally. Step 2, they push that code to a Git repository on a platform like GitHub or GitLab. Step 3, the team collaborates and reviews the code, making absolutely sure it's high quality. And finally, Step 4, the code goes to production deployment. This right here is exactly how a line of code travels from a developer's keyboard all the way to the live product you use on your phone.
We've covered so much ground in this explainer today, from the utter chaos of manual file naming to the streamlined elegance of Git. So, I'm going to leave you with this provocative question. How will you use Git to make sure you never name a file project_final_v3 ever again? You are now armed with the foundational knowledge of why these systems exist and how they empower teams. I highly encourage you to take this momentum, dive into your next learning session, and go explore the actual Git command line for yourself. Thanks for joining me, and